Hello everyone, this is a Google Jamboard tutorial video where I'm going to show you step by step on what is a Jamboard, where to get the Jamboard and how to use the Jamboard. So without further ado, let's get into it.
A Jamboard is a digital whiteboard that lets you collaborate in real time using either the web browser or mobile app. A Jamboard enables us to work together in real time, where we can share a jam session with collaborators whether they are on mobile app or web browser. The Jamboard can be used up to 50 user sessions can work on a jam at once. When using a web browser, each Jamboard browser tab counts as a session. Okay, now I'm on my computer. I'm going to show you how can we access the Google Jamboard from here. There are three main ways that we can access the Google Jamboard. And the first way is by going to this google.com page, and then beside the profile page, click on the icon and scroll down and search for Jamboard. And here you can see, after you click it, it will bring you automatically to the main interface of Google Jamboard. Okay, that is the first way. Okay, and then the second way is just by writing the link jamboard.google.com. Once you press enter, then it will bring you to the main interface of a Jamboard. And then lastly is by using a Google Meet. As you can see here, when we are teaching the students and we want to open a digital whiteboard, you can just opt to, on the lower right corner of the screen, there are activities icon. Click on it and there is a whiteboarding. After you click and then start a new whiteboard, it will automatically brings you to a new Google Jamboard where the students found the link inside the comment in the chat box here. They can just enter it and then they will enter the same Google Jamboard. Okay, that is the three main ways where we can access the Google Jamboard. Let's move on to the next part, which is the main page of a Google Jamboard. For your information, each of these squares represents a Jamboard. Since there are lots of Jamboard, the main page provides a sorting system so it is easier for the user to locate any Jamboard. Right now, it is sorted by recent jams. To narrow down the search, here we can choose the owner of the Jamboard. What I mean is here, owned by anyone, me, or not owned by me. If I click owned by me, it will only show Jamboards that I myself had created and hide the other Jamboards. Next is not owned by me are Jamboard created by others. Next to it, we can find a refresh button followed by another sorting system that follows in ascending order of letters depending on what you choose. After that is a button where we can change the view of the Jamboards. There are only two, which are row view and grid view. We can also find a Jamboard by its code. Now I'm going to show you how we can create a Jamboard. On the lower right side of the main page, there is a button with a plus sign on it. Click on it to create a new Jamboard. The first thing that we can do on a new Jamboard is to change its title. Go to the upper left side and you'll see Untitled. Click on it and you can type a new title. Once you are satisfied, click the OK button and it will change our Jamboard title. Focusing on the left part of the Jamboard, there are several tools that we can use in this Jamboard. The first one I'd like to show you is the text box. Once you click it, you can click any part of the white canvas and it will pop out as a text box for you to type in. That is all for the text box tool. Here I'm going to type my title of my Jamboard will be Popular Cat Breeds in Malaysia. Next are extra options that we can use on items that are inside the Jamboard. If you click on the box, we can drag the corner outwards to make the font size bigger or drag it inwards to make it smaller. On the opposite corner, we can click and drag the text box to rotate it however we want. On another corner with 3 little dots, if you click on it, there are several more things that we can do, including edit, duplicate, and delete. Edit is just to change the inside, duplicate is to double the text box, and delete is to make the text box disappear. For the gray text order, currently there is only one item in the Jamboard. Later on in the video, I'm going to show you how it's done. Following that, we got the Add Image tool on top of the circle icon. This tool enables us to insert images from our computer by clicking the Browse button. Or we can just search for an image from the Google Images. Let's search for people. Pardon me. I should search for a cat breed because that's our title for the Jamboard. After you type and enter, just click once on the picture that you like and then click Insert to make it appear at the bottom. You can click and drag the picture to move it around. And I think one picture of a cat is not enough to fill this Jamboard, so we can add 2 more cat images inside this Jamboard. This is the Adding Image tool. Just below the Add Image tool, we have the Shape tool. If you click on it, there will be several shapes listed. Circle, square, triangle, diamond, and so on. If you want a perfect circle, just click on the circle and click once on the white canvas. Don't click and drag because the proportion of the circle will follow your cursor. Just click once and it will make a circle. You can later adjust the size by dragging the corner. This also applies to the other objects. Click once to make a square and click and drag to make a free-size square. When you click a shape, it will show the 3 dots just like the picture and text box. We can duplicate and rotate however we want. This is the Shape tool. On top of the tools, we have the Pen tool. If you click on it, it shows different types of pen tools that serve the same purpose but have different texture output. We can also change the color. Let's try the first one. Maine Coon. Let's try another one, which is the highlighter tool, and change the color. Let's try to let's try another. That's better. Let's try the brush to decorate it better. Now we already finished with the pen tool. Let's proceed to the next one, which is the eraser tool, just below the pen tool. It enables us to erase what we had just written or draw on the white canvas. Take note that we can't remove the picture, text box, and also shape. When you're done with the eraser, click on the Select tool just below it to return to its normal default position. Now you can click on any object inside the Jamboard. Moving on to the next tool, just below the Select tool is the Sticky Note. It's just like a text box but in a sticky note form. You can write anything on it, and once you click Save, it will create a sticky note on the Jamboard. If you want to create more, you can write another one, and you can also change the color to distinct with the other sticky note. Once you are done with the sticky note, you can click Cancel and it will return to normal. After that, you can click on the sticky note to rearrange it however you like. Just like other objects, we can drag it outward to make it bigger or the opposite to make it smaller. Following to the next and last tool is the laser tool. It's just like using a laser on a physical whiteboard. Imagine in the classroom where we teach while using a laser. It works the same way it does on the Jamboard. It does not leave any permanent mark and only shows the trail of a red highlighter. We had finished exploring the tools on the left by this point, so let me show you the order now. There are commands to bring front, backward and back. For example, this blue sticky note is on the picture. When I click on send backward, it doesn't make it below the picture, but when I make it send to back, then it becomes like this. Keep in mind, it's exactly like stacking books. Every single object inside the Jamboard have its own priority, according to the recent object placed inside. It's like stacking books. The first book will always be on the bottom, and the most recently added book will just stack on top of it. Now we move on to the upper panel of the Jamboard. Now that the background is a little bit boring, we can change it by setting a new background. There are default backgrounds given, and wow, this seems great for my Jamboard. I think I'ma keep this one. Beside the setting background button, we have the clear frame button. Once we click on it, it will clear everything on the Jamboard. If you accidentally pressed it and everything went away, don't worry, I got you covered. Just press this undo button and it will reappear just like before. Fitting in 30 or 20 people on a Jamboard to work is counterintuitive, so we can add more frames inside this Jamboard. Here is how you do it. Just click on this icon and it will create a new blank frame. If you want to go back, just click on the opposite button for the previous page. If you want to create another frame, just click on the first one again. If you want to get an overview of all frames, just click here in the middle and it shows mini frames. Click on one frame and it will open that one. Moving on to the other part of the Jamboard, here is on the right corner. More actions will be displayed if we click these three small dots. The first one we can do is rename the title of the Jamboard. The second one is to download the Jamboard as PDF. When you download the Jamboard, we'll download every frame inside the Jamboard. So right now we have 4 frames and in the PDF it will have 4 pages. The third option, save frame as image, will only download the current frame that you are viewing. So if you only want to download frame 3, you must first open it, then you can save the frame as an image. The next one is remove button, which will remove the Jamboard itself, so be careful. Below the remove button is the make a copy button. Here you can make a copy and send it to anyone. Now we have arrived at the last functional button on the Jamboard. This blue share button is akin to share and privacy button. The people that you add by email will automatically be the editors of the Jamboard and they can edit the Jamboard as well. Right now the owner is me and no one can open it. To change that, we can change it for our organization only or anyone with the link. This is really helpful when someone is using a public personal email, where they can also access the Jamboard. Now it is set to default for viewer and they can't edit the Jamboard because they don't have the authority to do it. Click on it to change the role to editor role so they can edit the Jamboard also. Now anyone with the link can access and edit the Jamboard. Click on the copy link and send it to others who wanted access to your Jamboard.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps, and if you have any questions, you can just hit the comments below and I'll try to answer it. Goodbye!